Guys, want to watch the most ridiculous thing in the world? Well, first of all, you have to see me like this. This is ridiculous. So I bought this. It's in a weighted infinity. I don't know. I got the cheap one, so maybe don't get the cheap one. But let's see what it looks like. I don't know. And you take out way more links than you think you do. If it's too loose, it will not work properly at all. So I guess let's go for it. I had to block the dog from coming in here because I didn't know she was there, and she got up and it whacked her. She thought I was mad at her. I'm like, I'm so sorry. So actually, I'm hoping she doesn't come back in here. I got some barriers, but it's like a child gift. So actually, it's not that bad, and I do feel it in my core and probably my back end muscles, which you know, they don't get much workout, so at all. I mean, like ever. So and you can get it going faster. I'm not. It's. I don't know how to describe it, but you're just basically moving your feet back and forth, and I guess they would say engaging your core. So you can move different parts, you know, like your stomach forward, back. I suppose that's engaging your knees more. Or you can just do the side to side, which is what I'm doing. It's very interesting. Like I said, you have to get it tight. I have my shirt on, obviously, because I'm doing it in front of you guys. But it does, if you get some of them, they come with a belt. Now I just got this. This is the cheapest one I could find on Amazon. And actually, they delivered it same day because I have an Amazon facility here, which is crazy. But it is loud. I'm sure you can hear that. It is loud, so if that bothers you, get the more expensive one. It's called Infinity Hoop. And if you follow some other YouTubers, I'm sure there's like discount codes. I think they were 59 something. And I like that you can go either way, so you can decide which side of your body you want to work on maybe more. But if you don't get it just right, you can hear it kind of clicks. Again, I got the cheapest one, but it is working. I do feel it, and I don't know. This one actually had I can't remember. I think 27 links, and each link I think is 2 inches. Hold on, let's show it to you. So each link is 2 inches, and they just connect. So you got a male end and a female end, and they connect. So, and then every time that you lose, 2 inches, you get to take away a belt, and it just slides. There's a little chamber. It slides in there. So, you definitely need to have some clearance, because obviously it's going to be swinging. Maybe do it somewhere you're not, if it happens to fall apart, you're not gonna break anything. But so far, I can tell when my when my stomach, which I have after 5 kids, I really have no muscle tone whatsoever. I'd really like the real one, but this will work because I'm cheap. If it's gonna work, it'll work, right? Regardless of how loud it is. And I'm assuming that the original design is a lot lighter in sound. It does come with the one I got, even the cheap one, came with a belt. And it also came with like a measuring tape that you can measure your waist or wherever you want to measure. So I regret not not writing down my measurements, even though I know I was as big tall as I am wide, I'm pretty sure, if not bigger. So, but I know that I have lost weight in my hips and my stomach, especially my stomach. My stomach has gone down a tremendous amount. I'm not sure I can concentrate and talk. So I think you have to either, like, there's a couple different people. Keep either your feet apart or your feet together, and that maybe determines what muscle groups you're using too. I think you could have weights in your hands and be able to add that. See, I'm not concentrating. Be able to add that much more resistance to it. It's already weighted, so I can feel that weight pulling. Yeah, so that's more of the back of my, I don't know if that's a hamstring. I don't know what the muscles are called. Was not my forte, but anyway. So this is what I'm trying, along with the carnivore diet. I've got a lot of life stress right now, so I'm trying to not throw in the towel and eat the way I want to eat, or eat the way I know I shouldn't eat. I'm going to do my best to prepare snacks, even with the life stresses, and stay on task as far as what I'm supposed to be doing. So, but yeah, it comes apart that easy, and it goes right back together that easy. You just squeeze this part, and that allows you to actually squeeze the pin part. That allows you to slip it in, and that keeps your weight in. So it has these little grippy things on here. So I do recommend wearing either the sweat cloth, which is supposed to help you sweat, which, I mean, you're going to sweat anyway. I can feel it already, and I haven't even done it very long. But yeah, if you're real sensitive around that area, you want to wear something so you're not getting pinched maybe or rubbed on, because that looks, it's actually supposed to stimulate your I think it's supposed to stimulate your body too, as far as the little prong things. But anyway, that's all I got for now. I'm going to insert another section, and I will show you what our starting weight is as of now. Don't judge me. Okay, bye. Hi guys. I'm going to stay over on this side of the screen so I can show you just a picture of my weight thing, the weight application that I'm using, so you can see where I'm starting at and how we go from here, starting at the new year. So I weighed myself on January 1st, I believe it was. And so I'm starting at, I believe it's 264. Anyway, you'll see it on the screen, and it's called Fit Days, I believe. And the application, you stand on it barefoot. Now I do it naked, but you can do it however you want as long as your feet are bare. And it'll measure your water weight, your visceral fat, your free fat. I don't know what that means, but there's just all kinds of different things that it measures, which is really interesting to me. It measures your protein, and I'm not sure exactly how that works, but as much protein as I'm eating, it's only going up like a small percentage over the last 6 months of me using this thing. It's only gone up just a small percentage, but I was like in the extreme lows of what you need for protein in your body, which could be the reason why I haven't lost weight. It could be the reason why I'm not as healthy as I should be. I mean, there's all kinds of things. It also says I'm 50. That's what my body is reading already as 50. So that's not great. And the other part of the reason I'm doing this fitness, fitness thing, or trying to get healthy, eating healthier, moving, because I don't hardly do that much at all. It's to prevent what's happening with my dad, and I don't want that to happen to me. Unfortunately, my dad is very sick right now, and it's one day at a time, and so he's got cirrhosis of the liver, but it is a non-alcoholic cirrhosis. It's a new type of diagnosis that they're doing for cirrhosis now. It's based off of a fatty liver versus an alcoholic liver. So the problem with having a fatty liver and having it go to cirrhosis is you don't see the signs. You don't see it coming unless you start having other problems. You don't even know it's there. Your liver's getting lacerations after lacerations, and it's becoming like scar tissue, and then that causes it to be cirrhosis. On top of all of that, it makes you retain fluid. It affects your other organs. In his case, he for those of you that were watching last year, or maybe even watching my auction channel, you will know that he gained 100 pounds of just fluid. He's had to have a paracentesis, and that was last year. They had 16 liters taken off of his belly. So I'm doing, I mean, I got to the point where I'm like, hello, you have to do something. You have to do something. When I can't get up and down my stairs without heavy breathing, I used to think the only time I did the heavy breathing going up the stairs was when I was pregnant. And I can guarantee you that I'm not pregnant. And that is not the reason why anymore. It's because I can't breathe. Or because my knees are shot that day, or my ankle, or whatever else is having to give out. But the oxygen level and the breathing and the getting tired walking more than a block, or walking across the school grounds or something, at my age, I think that's ridiculous, and it's just very disheartening. So I'm trying to get my life back in order. I had 4 kids in a row. Basically, I had 4 kids under 5, and Connor's now 7. So it's time to, it's not pregnancy weight anymore. It's the weight that I gained. So I'm ready to own up to that, and ready to do what I have to do to change it, and to combat all the other autoimmune things that I already have, that I know. I am a carrier of the A1 alpha trypsin something. It's something that if you have the genetic disposition, if you have the genetic gene, that it can cause you to get things faster. If you're a smoker and you have this gene, it makes it even worse. And my dad did smoke, but he hasn't smoked in 30 years. I mean, he's 73 years old, so he's not young, but he's not, he's not old either. There's still plenty of life to live. So that's the reason. That's the reason behind it all, is because I see my dad, and I want to. My parents started early. They started having kids early, and unfortunately, Connor was my last one at 38 years old. So I'm going to be my mother's age, or slightly under. I'll be 60 when Connor graduates. So I need to be around. I need to be moving. I need to be able to do all that stuff for him, and hopefully grandkids and whatever else down the road. I need to start preparing for that now. So that's what I'm doing. And if you guys are wanting to follow along with that journey, I hope you'll watch these videos. And if you are just here for crochet, I completely understand. Absolutely. If if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer what I can. I have thyroid. I have EDS, which is Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. I already have lipedema, which I didn't show you my lower half, but my lower half is built. I am very, very large. My back end is large. I have very large legs. And the lipedema is in my arms now too, which is where I started to kind of like freak out, because they tell you that your body will cuff. So if you have lipedema, not lymphedema, it'll cuff right at your ankle and right at your wrist. So all that fat will just pool, but you'll have normal wrists and normal hands. So there won't be swelling in the hands and the feet generally until it's lymphedema on top of it, which also means that you probably have edema. I'm not a doctor. This is not medical advice. I'm just stating my opinion from what I've learned and what I have. So I do have edema in my legs, along with both lymphedema. And I already had signs of fatty liver back when I had my testing done 2 years ago. It was a small little note on the bottom of after my x-rays, after the other stuff they were checking, because they were checking my lungs and my heart, and it was a small little note that said signs of fatty liver. And that kind of hit me, 2 years later when we're going through all this other stuff. So on top of that, my family, my grandmother included, had COPD, never smoked a day or drank a day in her life. She had the big legs, the trunk legs, I guess we call them in our family. And she had a leaky heart valve, or maybe a weak heart valve, I think is what, is your heart's not pumping on what, it's not bringing it back up, I guess. So thus the blood is pooling in the legs. And that's kind of what happened with her. That's probably what's happening with my dad. It's complicated. So, and once you get those health issues, I'm sure Kayla can attest to it, that once you get one, they kind of combined on each other, or compound. So you get like comorbidities, where you get multiples of different things, and they all kind of have the same symptoms. I've been tested for rheumatoid arthritis, and I know I don't have that. I don't have it. I don't have the markers. I have inflammation, but it's not the rheumatoid inflammation that you would get for that type of thing. So it's a funny though, all the different things that happen with the EDS that I've just been experiencing this week, getting my dad in and out of the car. I ended up pulling my finger. And I know that sounds so funny. Like we took him to the chiropractor, and I said, I really wanted the chiropractor just to pull my finger and put it back into place, because I couldn't do this. It happened to be the middle finger, but there's ligaments on the side, and they were pinching somewhere along here. So what happens when you have EDS is you have loose ligaments, like everything's loosey-goosey, and so it can just slide and catch, or slide and skip, or whatever. This one just happened to be out, and I could not get it into place. And it went back into place a couple hours later. I actually put my compression glove on while I was crocheting, and I was able to do it, and after I took it off, it was fine again. So I'm telling you, like, I've got like this, there's a couple different bones here that'll slip out, and I can maybe push those back in. I know there's some in my wrist that I can do. My thumb and my other fingers I usually put back in if they're out or causing me problems. That is what took me away from crochet for a very, very long time, because I I just couldn't get my hands to do what I needed them to do. And they were actually locking up. Like, I couldn't hold the scissors or a jewelry. I was trying to make jewelry and trying to make stitch markers, and I couldn't hold the pliers. And I don't even know if I could now. I haven't tried, because I can feel if I put pressure, you know, trying to grab something like that with a certain amount of pressure, I can feel it, like my fingers trying to bend backwards. And yeah, that caused me to have I thought I had trigger finger. That's why I originally went in to the doctor, but it wasn't. It's not. So anyway, that was a lot of talking, and you probably are like, Amber, just stop rambling. If you guys have more questions, I will try to answer them, but welcome to my fitness health journey for 2025. We will see where we get. If we lose any weight, if I lose any measurements, I'm going to try to take some measurements, even though that just makes me sick to my stomach to actually know how big I am. It's not something I really want to know, but I know that I'm 264 pounds, which for most people, that's twice their weight. So there you go. I know that's not normal. I know it's not healthy. I know where my ideal weight is, which is probably about 180. And at 5'4", that's still considered obese. But once I got down to that weight, I did get down to 165 back in, well, when I met Dawn. No, I think I was 165 back in 2003. But I started to look sick. I started to physically look sick in my face and the rest of my body. And my body just wasn't built to be any smaller than that. So I think I got down to 250 at my lowest, and it just didn't look good on me. So unfortunately, I gained a lot more. So don't do that. Don't do that. That's it for today. Seriously, you guys, if you have questions, let me know. Leave comments down below before you email me. Again, life is super crazy right now. I am running back and forth with my parents, and it's just crazy. So taking care of the kids, taking care of the house, Donnie, I am doing crochet. You can't see it right now, but I do have a bag that I take with me. So in all those moments where we're in between stuff, I am doing that just to keep my brain focused. That's the other thing, is as long as I'm crocheting, that I'm not eating or I'm not wanting to eat, I'm focusing on a pattern or on what I need to be doing. I'm counting in my head, and that's part of the reason why crochet, knitting, all those projects are good for your mental health, because you're not focusing on what's going on. So that's why exercise and other things are good for you also, because you're focusing on what you're doing at the moment. It's getting your adrenalines going. It's doing all kinds of other health benefits for you by doing that. And getting sleep. I've been off from auction for 3-4 months. I miss my auction friends. I miss my auction family. But I know that right now my body needs sleep. My body needs the 6 to 8 hours, whereas I was getting 4 hours with naps. It wasn't good. It wasn't healthy. And it's probably why I wasn't losing weight back then either. But I definitely need my sleep, and I can feel it now, especially in my body when I don't have it. So, okay. Sorry for the lengthy video. The next ones won't be this long. And I'll just try to keep you up to date where I'm at, what I'm eating for the week, that kind of thing. Unless you guys have questions, and then I will maybe do a Q&A. So, all right. Happy Friday, y'all. We will see you soon. Bye.